Yes, Prerana, you can start your presentation.
Okay, well, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Is the screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. Hello, good evening, ma'am. I'm Prerana Sawat, and an internet Hackveda in Java developer, and I'm currently pursuing PTech degree at VWIT. I'm delightful to be here today to present you my today's task that is about an overview of project synopsis for stock trading application. So, during this presentation, I will cover several key points to give you a total understanding of project. So I will start with an introduction followed by discussing our primary goal and user experiences. Then I will dive into the core aspect of real-time trading, Java integration and key features. Afterward, I will touch upon various payment gateways and then I will finally conclude my whole presentation. So let's begin. Introduction. Stock trading application is a powerful software system designed to make stock trading accessible and efficient for everyone. Our platform is designed with modern tracker in mind.
Sorry, Prerana, to interrupt you, but please put your camera on as well. It's important.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Am I visible, ma'am?
Yes, you are visible. You can continue.
And is my screen is shared?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So I was at introduction. So stock trading application is a powerful software system designed to make stock trading accessible and efficient for everyone. And our platform is designed with the modern trader in mind, offering a range of advanced features to help you to stay ahead in this. So with our user-friendly interface, users can seamlessly buy and sell stocks in real time, and our application provides access to livestock market data and advanced charting tool, also allowing you to make informed decisions. Additionally, our customizable watch list and news alerts keep you up to date on the stock that matter the most to you. It is time to evaluate your stock trading experience with this an innovative project. So let's move to primary goal and user experiences. The main objective of the stock trading application is to give consumers an effortless and quick method to trade stocks online. So our application empowers users to by granting access to real-time stock market data, allowing them to monitor their portfolio and execute trades instantly with ease. What sets our application apart is it's a dedication to being highly responsive, scalable, and secure. So, in fast-paced financial world, our stock trading application is here to simplify and enhance your trading journey. Thank you for your attention. Real-time trading. The most important aspect of stock trading application is real-time trading, which enables users to purchase and sell equities as the market environment shifts. With the help of this function, traders may respond rapidly to development in the market and base their decision on current information, allowing users buy and sell stock as market conditions change. Real-time trading also ensures that users have access to the most up-to-date stock market data, enabling them make informed decision about their investment. With the stock trading application, user can stay on the top of portfolio, execute traders with ease, all in a real time. Java integration. Java is a programming language that is widely used for its scalability and security characteristics, and was this language was chosen to create stock trading application. Java is widely used in the finance industry due to its ability to handle large volume data and transaction with ease. So, in our stock trading application, Java's object-oriented design simplifies the handling of intricate software system, particularly crucial in our context of trading applications. So furthermore, Java's robust security features play a vital role in protecting user data and transaction. So these are some built-in security measures fortify our commitment to ensuring that your financial information remains secure. So now there are some key features. So first one is real-time stock quote. Our platform provides you with the latest stock prices and marketed in real time. So you will have to access up to the minute information, ensuring you are always in the know when it comes to your investment. Second one is advanced charting tool. So dive deep into the stock performance with our advanced charting tool. These customizable charts and technical indicator empower you to analyze stock effectively and with enabling informed decision making. So next is news alert. Stay ahead of the curve with the real-time news update and in-depth analysis with trusted sources. So our news alert keep you well informed about the events and development that can impact your investment choices. So the last one is customized watch list. So you can effortlessly track your favorite stock and set up alerts to notify when there is specific price levels, ensuring you never miss an opportunity to for stock trading. So there are some more features and aspects. So first one is convenience. The stock trading application provides users with a convenient way to trade stocks online with its user-friendly interface, and users can easily navigate through the application and execute trades effortlessly. Second one is portfolio management. This is a crucial aspect of successful trading. With the stock trading application, users can easily view their portfolio, execute trades instantly by keeping track of their investment and making informed decision based on real-time market data. Users can maximize their profit and minimize their risk also. So next one is scalability. This is also a crucial factor in any trading application, and stock trading application is designed to handle large volume of trading activities. So the application's architecture is built should be built very scalable, allowing it to process a high volume of transaction without any performance issue. So the use of Java in the application development also contributes to its scalability. So the last one is security. The security of user data and transaction is the most important in any trading application. And one key feature we could add is two-factor authentication, which require users to specify identity using like two-factor. It could be both the password and second factor could be fingerprint or any security token. Additionally, all the communication between application and its servers is encrypted, ensuring that user data remains confidential and secure. So next is payment gateways. Our application is integrated with various payment gateway to ensure seamless and secure transaction. So user can fund their account using various payment method such as credit, debit card, or any wire transfer or online wallet like Paytm. So the application also support multiple currencies, making it easy for users to trade globally. So the last part is conclusion. So in conclusion, the stock trading application offers a range of key features that make it an ideal choice for anyone looking to trade stocks online. So with the real-time trading, Java integration and user-friendly interface, users can stay tuned about market changes and make informed trading decisions. So this application is highly responsive and scalable, ensuring that users have seamless trading experience even during the times of high trading activity. So with advanced charting tool, also news alert and customized watch list, user can stay up to the top of the stocks that matter most to them. And with reliable payment processing and robust security features, users can trade with confidence, knowing that their data and transactions are safe and secure. So this is all about from my side. So these are the some references I have gone through. Is there any question, ma'am?
Yes, Prerana. Okay, will you let me know that if you want to search for any good company, you want to buy or sell any stock, So how you will find the good company, as there are many companies listed in market. So there is a particular tool. Do you have any idea about it?
I have not found it, ma'am, but I was thinking, I will think about it later.
Okay, you can read and explore more about it.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So are you done with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So your presentation was good. Okay, you can one thing you can do, you can add a short story in the beginning of the presentation. Story means like why you are actually doing your project. So connecting your this project to the real world application, that why you are solving it, how you are solving it. So means the objective of doing this project will be clear. So try to add short story in the future presentations.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay, or in your questionnaire slide, you can add your email ID as well. So that if,
Ma'am, actually, I have added on my first slide.
okay, then no problem. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and one more thing, can you let me know that is your presentation scheduled for today?
No, ma'am. Actually, it was yesterday, but I have joined, but no one has joined there. So I left the meeting.
No one joined there?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I have joined at 7:15 p.m. and there was no one. So I mailed them. So they told that you should join next day, that is today.
Okay, so try to be at time. Okay, and okay, rest I will provide your feedback and scores on your review.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So next we have Kirti. You can start your presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Kirti, are you there? Kirti, if you are there, then please let me know. And if we have to give a presentation, so please start. Kirti, are you there? Okay, so please try to resolve your network issue. We will move on with the Snehanjali. After then, you can give your presentation. Snehanjali, are you there? Yes, you can start your presentation.
Good evening, one.
Good evening, Snehanjali.
Today my presentation. Myself, Mitta, Snehanjali, I am artificial intelligence. Today I am here to deliver a presentation about data processing and modeling. The today agenda is introduction to data preprocessing, importance of data preprocessing, major task in data preprocessing, steps for data preprocessing, introduction to data modeling, importance of data modeling techniques, steps for data modeling, code explanation and execution, and conclusion. Suppose we have information of an house and we need to calculate income of the house. It is easy to calculate, but when we are calculating mean about country, it will be difficult. For this, we use data and data analysis process. For using data, we will include data pre-processing is the major step for this. Data pre-processing is the process of transforming raw data into an understandable data. The data will be not in formatted way. There will be missing values and there will be another incorrect values. We need to process the data before applying any machine learning model. Importance of data pre-processing. While we need to data pre-processing, we need to ensure that the quality of the data is must ensured. For the achieving of quality, we need these factors. Accuracy, which means correct data. The data which we have taken is correct or accurate. We need to check further. Completeness. We need to check the data we have taken is complete and there is no a part of the data. That means the small differences and other things. The data we are taken are need to be complete and it should be accurate. Consistency, which means the data we are taken is everywhere the same, which means we are taken from the data of the source from one website and the data need to be same in the other websites, which means the data is correct and consistent in everywhere. Timeliness, which means by updating the data in the website, we need to update the data we are taken in this. Believability, which means we need to believe the data, which means the data should be believable by others, which means it should be correct for others also. Interpretability, which means it should be interactive with others. Major tasks in data. There are major tasks in data pre-processing are 4 steps. Data cleaning. The data pre-processing comes with the data cleaning, data integration, data reduction, data transformation. First, data cleaning is important. By moving with the data cleaning, the process of removing incorrect data, which means in data cleaning, we will remove incorrect data, missing values, and other values. For removing missing values, we need to add the any or not applicable values to the missing values, which means the missing values can be filled with the not available value. Then we can close the data. The data need to be handled with the other things. The missing values can also be filled automatically with the manual, but it is difficult with the maximum data or big data. So we need to be careful while filling the missing values and data cleaning process. For the missing values, we need to handle with the mean of the columns or other things. We can delete the rows or columns by filling this, or we can add the mean of that column or row with the missing values. Data integration means the process of combining multiple sources, which means in one data sets, we need to take other different types of data sources from other websites. Suppose we are taking the data from other website and some with other websites. So we will integrate the total data, and we also consider some problems like metadata. We need to collect metadata carefully. Data reduction or dimension reduction. The process helps in reduction of the volume, which means here the data is reduced according to volume or other things. We reduce the number of numbers, which means we did not lose the data or another the same. We only reduce the size and we will fit the data. Data transformation, a change made in the format of the structure of the data, which means we will transfer the data into other forms. Steps for data pre-processing. Getting this data set. We have many other websites which is used for, or we can use manually by collecting the data from the other people and there with many of it. Importing libraries. We need to import the necessary libraries like pandas, numpy, and matplotlib for using the data set to manipulate and analyze the data set. Importing data sets. To import the data set, we use a pandas library and other things. Finding missing data. We need to find the missing data and handle the data with the non-values and dummy values and other values. We need to fill the missing values with the non-applicable or NAN. Encoding categorical data, which means the strings are need to be converted to numbers. the data in strings are not acceptable. So we need to convert the strings into numbers. For this, we use categorical form, splitting data set into training and test data. For data set, we need to train the data set. We need to train the data set and test the data set also. When we are training the one data set and we are testing with another data set, it may lead to confusion and it not good for the model. So we accept the data set for some part for training and another part for data test set. For this, we divide the whole data set into training part and the test part. Next is feature scaling. Feature scaling means we made the variables into dependent. We use the dependent variables into from -1 range to 1, because we ensure that the independent values are not differences with more values. Data modeling. Data modeling is the process which is used for the data set for the analysis of purpose with relationships. It is used for the data requirements that are very important for the business process. Data models are created for the data to be stored in database. Importance of data modeling. Data modeling makes it easy for developers, which means by modeling the data, the business people can easily reach the data set and can analyze the data set with easy and purposes. And other stakeholders to understand the relationship between data in database or a data warehouse. It simplifies and accelerates the database design process and the conceptual level and physical level. The data modeling plays a significant role, which means data modeling process makes the business people need to understand the data with the different aspects and easy to understand at any time and anywhere. It is easy to access with the other forms. Data architecture processes that documents data sets map how data moves through IT system, which means it can show us the various forms of data in other systems. Create a conceptual data management framework. It can be used for conceptual data management framework. Data modeling techniques. There are 5 types of data modeling techniques. These are very useful for data modeling. They are object oriented. Object oriented means in which we define classes and objects. We make objects and we can make classes and we reuses with the objects. Entity relationship. Here we define entities and the relationship with the other attributes and other things. Networks, which means we can ensure that the data is linked with other data forms also. Hierarchical data. Here the data is split into further process also. Relational data, which means the data is stored in the databases. Steps for data modeling. We will first train the data. We will first divide the training data and the test data. We will train the machine learning with training. We will train the training data with the machine learning algorithm, and then we use the model. Then after that, with the machine learning algorithm, we process the data set. If the prediction is correct, we will get the output. If it is not correct, then we will evaluate we will use another model. Code explanation. Here, I have imported the necessary libraries for this code. I have imported the
Sorry,
pandas and
Sneha.
numpy. Pandas.
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay. Here, I have used pandas and numpy. Pandas is used for analyzing the data set and importing the data set also. NumPy is used to perform the numerical operations of the dataset. Then I have downloaded and uploaded the dataset into the folder with the income.csv file. And I have opened this with the help of pandas dot read option. Next, I have made the first 5 columns, first 5 rows to show. Next, I have described the whole data for income data frame of the income. Here we can see there are many columns and rows. Here the rows are count, mean, standard deviation, minimum deviation, 25%, 50%, 75%, and maximum percent. In this 50% is also called as median. Here these are all the columns that are ID, state code, zip code, land, water, latitude, longitude, mean, median, standard deviation, and this sum weight. Nextly, I have plotted the histogram graphs that are column of the mean and the column of the sum of the weights. Here, these are the graphs I have plotted. Next, I have performed the training set and test set. Here, firstly, I have imported the train test split from the sklearn.model.selection. Firstly, I have, if there are any string values, then we need to convert it to numbers. Firstly, we will convert these strings to NaN, which means not available. Then we converted it to zeros, which mean 0. In place equals to 2, which means here by default this will be false. Then we performing in place equals to 2. It gives the 0 in the place of missing values. Then we converted the strings to number, which means we use the dummy values. In categorical values, we use these dummy values and we perform this string to our operations. And we concatenated the columns. These are the columns I have concatenated to this. Next we have done string columns drop, which means the ID, state name, state ID, country. These are the columns I have dropped from this data set. I have next performed the training data and cross-validation data. Here I have taken x equals date frame income new and the mean of the data frame income equals to y. Then I have performed this training with the help of the train test split. I have performed this. Here the test size is equals to 0.1. Here the test size is in the range of 0.1 to 0.5, which means the test set is divided into 10% to 50%. Mainly the values are 0.2, 0.3. It is easy to recognize. Random state is equals to 3. Here this is the seed of the head. This is seed of the data set. Then I have shown the first 10 values. I have the training data and test the data. Then I have performed this feature scaling operation. From SQL and Pandas, I have imported the data frame mapper and I have imported standard scaler from the sklearn.preprocessing. These are necessary for scaling the process. Then I have performed the scaling features with this data. Then I have showed this. After scaling, I have predicted the household mean with these modules. from sklearn.linear model, I have imported linear regression. Linear regression is the model which I have used here. Linear regression is helpful to finding the independent variables with the help of the dependent variables. Then I have performed model linear regression. Then I have showed the model evaluation. Here we got the explained variance score equals to 0.05 and the variance score equals to 0.05, which means our hypothesis is correct, which means our assumption is correct. Here mean squared error is equals to 88. Here the value is high. It should be low than the mean square error means the data points, the line that is closer to the data points. Here the value is maximum, which means the data points are away from the linear regression value. That's it. Conclusion. In conclusion, preprocessing of the data is necessary for every data set. It is compulsory to move on the next step. With the ML model working with this data set, it is compulsory and necessary for the data set to pre-process and evaluate the model. Data modeling is for visualizing these assets. These are the references I have used for this presentation. In question. Thank you.
Okay, Sneha, your presentation was good. Okay, can you let me know that you have used the classification algorithm or regression algorithms in your data set?
Linear regression algorithm.
Okay, when you are starting your presentation, on what data set you worked on, try to explain it a little bit, because one who is listening to you will not able to understand now whether what you are actually going to follow the approach. Okay. In your presentation, you discussed that for data cleaning, you will, if data consists of any null values, so you will apply some technique and you will remove those null values. So can you tell me the name of the technique?
Handling them.
No, actually there is a particular term while you will do this task in coding format. So there is a term. So do you have any idea about it?
Can you please ask once again?
Actually, did you get my point that if you have given a data set, in order to get the accurate, so in order to get the accurate results,
Yes.
you actually reprocess the data set. Okay. So
Yes,
sometimes it happens that data set consists of null values.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get it? So
Yes,
what
ma'am.
technique you will apply to remove those null values when you will write that particular sentence in your code?
I have performed handling the data, ma'am.
Okay, that is a normal way of saying, but actually there is a technical term. Any idea?
No.
Okay, so basically it's a simple imputer. You can read more about it, you will explore it, so you will get to know. Okay.
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 Okay. So do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so I will provide your scores and feedback on your email.
Okay. Thank you.
So, okay, welcome. So, Kirti, did you resolve your issue? You are ready with your presentation? Kirti? Please let me know that if you have resolved your issue, then we can start with you. Otherwise, we will go ahead with Ayush. I think she has not resolved the issue. So, Ayush, you can start your presentation.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yeah.
You can turn your camera as well.
Yeah, sure. Just a second. Yeah. So my presentation topic is building a web crawler and sending email using Google SMTP with the help of Python. So like basically what is a web crawler? So basically a web crawler is a like a spider or a bot, or we can say it is an automated program that systematically navigates the internet for indexing web pages for various purposes. So like web crawler collects data from website, gathers information, and follows link to index new pages. So basically, they power search engines, website, uh, monitoring tools, and many more. So like basically, there is a question like why there is a need to build a web crawler. So like if we imagine a scenario in which like we are supposedly I am having an interview like Python interview, and like I am running out of time. So basically, there now I just need to like loop through the web pages of finding the interview question. So rather than doing this, I could basically use a web crawler. Like I could ask him to find me all the questions that are related to Python interview, and like he will give me an output of list of all the questions. So like it will basically firstly save my time, and it will also save my manual work. So like here are some points. So basically data collection. So basically extract the valuable information from website at scale, whether for research or for market analysis or for stock prices, etc. Like, and then there is a part of automation. So like to automate the repetitive tasks like extracting data, like going looping through the pages, then monitoring website updates or testing website functionalities. So it saves our time and effort. And then there are insights and analytics to gain more actionable insight by analyzing data collected from the website. Uh, enabling informed decision making and trend spotting. So then there is the other part of this project, which is sending email with use of Python. So this uses the Google SMTP. So basically, we are gonna set up the Google SMTP server to send email programmatically with the Python. So the steps involved in this program, in basically in this email sender is firstly we will set up and authenticate our SMTP connection. Then we will create a message body which will contain headers. So basically header contains the like information about the sender, receiver, subjects, etc. Then we will create a mail body. So mail body will containing the mail information like mail body particularly along with the attachments if we need to add any. And then we will basically send the mails. So like now putting it together. So there now we have seen we are building a web crawler and as well as we are integrating the email. So like we are now putting it together to like build a powerful application. So first step include building the web crawler. So it is used to navigate web pages, extract data and handle pagination or dynamic content. Then secondly, there is the data storage. After extracting the data, uh, we need to store that data somewhere for like further processing on the data. So it could be either database or some files. And then finally, we are integrating email. So to combine the web crawler with the email functionality to send automated notification or report to the user. So finally, we conclude that we have learned about the concept of web crawling and how it can be used for data collection and analysis. We also explored how to use Python to send emails using Google SMTP. And by combining these two concepts, we can create a powerful tools for automating tasks and gathering information. So if we now move toward the code part, just a second. Yeah, so here is our code. So firstly, here I imported some standard libraries. So first of all, these libraries will we will be using these libraries for our web crawler. So there are requests. So like send a request, JSON to convert a dictionary into JSON
Sorry to
format.
interrupt, Ayush. I cannot see
Yes,
your
ma'am.
demonstration.
Like my screen once.
Yeah, it's black.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ma'am, is it visible now?
Yeah, now perfect. You can continue.
Yeah, yeah. So like firstly, we are importing some standard libraries. So first three libraries, we will be using it for our web crawler application. And we will be using the pandas to store the extracted data in a data frame format. Then the second part of the imports are used for like sending the mail. So here is our first function, mail sender. So like we will discuss on it later. So this is our main function, that is search. So it is our web crawler function. So it takes two parameters, that is search key as well as the site. So search key is basically the phrase that user need to search. For example, I am preparing for interview and I need questions on Python. So I will search like Python interview questions. And the site is the site on which user needs it to be searched. Like I need all the questions from the Quora.com. So these are the two parameters. Then like I will first create a list which will store our output list of all the questions which we will be extracting. And then we are creating a keyword from which is basically combination of our search key. And we are adding it with the site colon, the name of the site. And then we are creating basically a request URL by calling another function that is search request. So here I defined that function. So here, firstly, this is a Google API. So I created a global variable and stored a Google API for searching. Then for the search request, it takes two parameters. Firstly, the keyword and the start. So keyword is basically the combination of our search key plus the site, and the start is the index of the next page from which the next search must be start. So it is automatically set to 0 for the first search, and then it basically returns it combines Google in URL and add some parameter like end q equal to, we add some keywords, and start equal to a string of start. So it is basically specifying that the index of the next page or index of the page from which we need to start our search. So it returns the final URL. Then we are sending the request to that URL and storing the response in a variable called response, and converting that. So the response we will be getting from the request will be in JSON format. So to convert it into Python dictionary object, we are using JSONs.load. So it will basically convert all the text which is present in the response into that dictionary object. Then we are getting items per page. That is number of items that contains in a single page. So it will basically there are basically 10 items per page in this Google API, and then total items. So basically total number of such items which are present. So like how many. So for like pages is like how many times we are gonna need to send a request on the page. So it is basically total items divided by items per page. And then we are finding the index, that is the index of next page. So it is stored in the queries in our response. So basically in our response, the next page index is stored in the queries into which it is stored in the next page of the 0 and start index. So now I am trying a try exe block. So if there is any error, so it will just pass, or either it will just continue. So while index is less than pages, so like we are traveling through each index, like if there are 10 items per page, so we are traveling for each items, and we are storing its title into a item of, and we are just extracting the title from this request, and we are appending this title to a question list. Then we are creating another request URL in which we now need to get next 10 items. So we are now gonna need to send a new URL, a request to a new URL, which will having the index as next index. So like in first request, I am getting like 0 to 10 pages. So now I need to send index as 11. So I need now 11 to 20 pages. So 11 to 20 items from the next page. So like we are storing the response, and like we are again converting it into a dictionary format, and like we are like again fetching the next index, and finally we are converting this question list into a dictionary format, and then we will be converting it into a data frame, and finally we are converting this data frame into a CSV file. And after that, we are just calling the search function. So we are asking user to enter a keyword to be searched, enter a site on which this keyword need to be searched, and user's email. Then we are calling our search function, and we are inputting the search keyword as well as site. So basically this function will create a CSV file, which will be containing all the questions which have been searched. And then there is other part, that is email sender. So email sender took two parameter, the receiver mail as well as the file name. So firstly, we have established a port to establish a connection, and then we have set up, like we are creating a variable in which we are like we are adding the server information, like we are gonna connect to smtp.gmail.com server. Then this is the sender's mail and password, the email application from which the mail is going to be sent. And then this is the receiver mail, which we'll be getting as a parameter. Then we have created a MIME object, and I stored it into message. Then here we are creating the message headers. So like from information to information, as well as the subject of the message. Then we are creating a message. So it is basically in HTML format. We could create it into normal text or HTML format. So here I have created a paragraph in which it contains the body of the mail. So here are several paragraphs. And similarly, and the next part is like attaching this content to our message, that is MIME object. So we are passing it to the MIME text so that we are specifying the content we have created is of HTML format. Then now there is a part where we are attaching the file to our mail. So firstly, we need to specify the file name which we are going to attach. So attach file equal to, now we are opening the CSV file which we have created from the search function. So basically it contains all the search result, and we are opening it into binary mode, read binary mode, and we are storing it into attached file. Now as for the payload, we are creating a application, a MIME based application into octet stream, as it is a binary file. And then we are setting the payload as attach file.read. So basically we are attaching the file to our mail body. And then we are adding the header to our payload, that is it must be content disposition file name, and it is a type of attachment, and like we are finally attaching this payload to our mail. Then we are creating a session, or we are like basically connecting to the SMTP server. So here is server, that is smtp.gmail.com, and to the port. And then we are enabling the security, TLS security for our session which we are creating. Then we are just logging in to our mail, that is sender's mail, through which the mail is gonna be sent. And there is like finally we are sending the mail. So session.send mail. So this is the sender's what we can sender's name, which will be displayed on the email when the receiver will receive the email, as well as receiver's mail, and the body which we have created, which contains the headers, email body, as well as other attachments. And finally, you are gonna print like your search result has been mailed to you. So if we run this application, so it will ask me to search enter a keyword. So if I Python interview, then it will ask me for the site which I need to search for. and the receiver's mail. So now it will extract all the questions from Quora.com and it will just send it to me. So it is running. Okay, so now your search result has been mailed to you. So if I like see a mail, yeah. So yeah. So this is the mail which I have received. It is from test. So this is the mail body that we have created in HTML format. And this is the attachment which contains all the questions, all the Python interview questions that have been searched from Quora.com. So it is taking some time to load. Yeah. So yeah, so this is the CSV file which have been made to us. So this contains all the questions which have been searched from Quora.com. So yes, ma'am, this is all from my side.
Ayush, are you done with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So your presentation was quite good and you maintained
Yes,
a
ma'am.
good flow. And your demonstration
Yes,
was also quite clear. You made it dynamically. That is a good thing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, it's all clear from my side.
So I will provide your scores and feedback on your.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Next we have Palak. You can start with the presentation.
Ma'am, am I audible and
Yes.
visible both?
Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, is my screen visible now?
Yeah, your screen is visible. You can
So good
continue.
evening, everybody. I'm PALAK TANDON from Java Programming Group, and my task for today is create trend lines in Java given HDFCBANK CSV data. So we'll start the presentation with the code. The trend is your friend until the end where it bends. So this code clearly tells us that the investors and the traders should keep a close eye or a close watch on the trend of the market and should shift their sales accordingly so that they can make profits in the long run. So seeing the trends can be a very difficult task until we make trend line. And trend line is the topic around which the whole presentation revolves. So let's get started. Table of content, our introduction. Then we'll see what are trend lines. Then we'll see support and resistance level. Then finally the code implementation, benefits of trend line, conclusion, and then references. So introduction. We'll be creating the trend lines in Java using the HDFCBank dataset. So let's first have a look at the dataset. So this is the stock data of HDFCBank. First column, we have the serial number. Then second is the date, then open price, then high, low, close, and volume. So this is the data set on which we'll be working and we'll create the trend lines. Now let's return to the presentation. We'll be creating the trend lines today. That is the major task. Then during the course, we'll explore how to load the data set, parse it, then create the trend lines, and finally visualize and take informed decisions. So basically, what is a trend line? Trend lines are straight lines drawn on graphs that connect multiple data points to represent the direction and slope of the trend in the data. So basically, we can say trend lines are the straight lines which depict or visualize the trend or the pattern by joining the various data points over a period of time. So these help the analysts and traders to identify the potential pattern and make the predictions about the future. Trend lines are basically used in finance and economics. So upward trend. upward trend is drawn by connecting a series of higher lows, and it signifies the bullish trend. So what is bullish trend? Bullish trend is where a asset or a stock keeps on increasing its price, keeps on hiking, and it is said to attain profits. So in bullish trend, optimistic approach is seen of the traders and investors. They tend to buy more and more as in the hope of getting more profits in the future. Now we'll see the downward trend line. Downtrend line connects a series of lower high in a chart. So it represents the bearish trend, which is the opposite of bullish. So in bearish trend, the price of the stock keeps on decreasing and decreasing. And here it represents the pessimistic or negative approach of the investors or the traders. They tend to sell the stock as they don't want to make or incur any more losses. Now, support and resistance level. Support and resistance level can be made with the help of trend lines. A support level is a price level or a zone where a price or an asset tends to find a buying interest and is expected to halt at a decline. In simpler words, we can say it is like a zone or a level drawn where stock cannot come down from cannot fall more from that level. Like it is the level at which the price won't fall any more down. And then like talking about the support level, we can say that it helps us to identify the opportunities of buying. Here the investors tend to buy. And then now talking about the resistance level, it is a price level or a zone which the price of an asset tends to find selling interest and is expected to stop its upward movement. Now this is the contrary of support level. It acts as a ceiling or the upper boundary and prevents the price from rising anymore. So we can say that support and resistance level are the key price level which shift according to the price movement. They either show the continuous price movement as it is going, or they tend to show the reversal. Like if it is showing, if it is showing the support level and it is shown that the price won't fall down below this, and if it happens that it falls, then that level is called resistance. The new level will be called resistance. The same goes with resistance level. If it is shown that this is the ceiling level, the price won't go up above this, and if it goes contrary to the situation, then the new level will be called support level. We can see with the help of the diagram resistance and the support level. Moving ahead, we'll see the code implementation. So this is the code implementation. First, I have imported various classes and libraries for making the chart visible. Then the AWT color is used for giving colors to various trend lines. File reader is there so that we can have input and read the file. Input output exception. Then reader to read the streams of characters, and util.array list and list, as we are using the various list in our code, which we'll be seeing ahead. Now I have made a class, and in that class there is a main. Now starting with the code, the string CSV file. This variable contains the path of this stock data HDFCBANK file or the address of the file on my local computer. This is the whole path. Now this dataset is the instance of default category dataset class. Same way, regression is the instance of simple regression class, which we'll be using for analyzing the linear regression. Then we have made two lists, both of integer type. One is support level and the other is resistance level. Now we have started a try block here. We have given the CSV file variable as input to it. Now there is a parser. It will parse the whole file. Now we have made a variable skip header equals to true. Now we are parsing the whole file in this for loop, and if the condition is true, as the skip header is initially true, we'll skip the header part. This code is basically to skip the header part, and then we'll initialize the skip header to false, and we'll continue, which means that we'll skip only the top line, that is the header row, which was like date, close price, high price, all the labels will exclude, and then we'll continue with the next iterations. Now there's a variable date. We are storing it as CSV record dot get one. We are getting it from the second column. Remember the data set I had shown The first column was the serial, and we have to ignore that. And indexes in Java starts from 0. So when we want to get the second column, we'll keep the index as 1. Same goes with closing price. We are fetching the closing price as the 6th column and thus specifying the index as 5, converting into double data type and storing it closing price variable. Then we are adding it to the dataset and regression. Then we are checking is potential support level. This is a function, and is potential resistance level. So now first move to this function. What are they doing? So is potential support level is a private method. So this is taking input as a data set. Then it is checking if the current index is 0 or the current index is dataset.get column count -1, which indicates the extreme column end. First, column count means it will get the total number of columns -1, which means the end, last column. So if the index is at the extreme end, any of the extreme end, it will return false because much data is not there to make any predictions or say any conclusion. So it will declare as fault. Else, if it is not at the extreme ends, then at the current position, we are going to take the closing price. Then we'll take the previous price present on one position before the current position, and in the same way we are taking next price present on one position ahead of the current position, and are storing in respective variables named previous price and next price. Now return, we'll checking that if the current price is both less than the previous price and the next price, then it is potential support level. And if this turns true, and since and is there, this also turns true, and you'll get answer as true. So true will be returned, and this is the Boolean return type here. Same goes for this is potential resistance level function. It is taking input as data set. Then we are again checking if it is not the extreme index. If it is, then return false. If it is not, then go ahead. Then we are extracting the closing price present at the current index. Then we are extracting the price present one index before and storing it in previous price. Then extracting the price present one ahead of the current position and storing it in next price. Now the condition is reversed. Now we are checking if the current price is greater than the previous and it is greater than the next price, then return true, and true will be returned, and it will be this potential resistance level. Now let's return back to the code. So same way here functions are called if this condition evaluates true. If this function gives the answer as true, then we'll add to support level list. Else if this potential resistance level evaluates to be true, then we'll add it to the resistance level array list. Now here calculation part comes into play. We are calculating the slope, intercept, same way upward trend. We are calculating intercept, same downward. Then we are calculating the slopes and we are multiplying it by 2 so that we can see steeper slopes. Now we have started a for loop here. And now we are using the formula y is equals to mx plus c. M is where slope and c is the intercept. We are calculating y and we are adding y under the label trend line to the data set. Now again we have started a for loop here. We are calculating y for uptrend, downtrend. Same way and again adding it to the data set. Now we are there to create the chart. We have used JFree chart by using the chart factory dot create line chart. It has the labels, that is the heading of the whole chart, HDFC Bank stock closing price. Then labels are there. We are drawing date and closing price against each other. Then data set is used here. Plot orientation is set to vertical and various Boolean required parameters are also set here. Now we have used category plot here to specify the area which will be used by the line chart to get plotted. Now we are setting the background color to white. Then we are making the grid line colors to black. We are setting the various colors of the trend line here to black, blue. Now we are writing about the axis. Axis means x and the y axis. First, we are this category axis, domain axis stands for x axis. We are setting the various default margins here, and then we are setting the spacing between them as 0. Then number axis is the y axis. We are plotting. We are getting the y axis here. Then we are setting the auto range include 0 false. Means We will not start from 0 in y-axis. Now we are creating a frame so that the whole line chart is displayed in a form of frame. Everything is packed in a frame with the help of pack method, and we are setting the frame to visible to so that the frame is visible to us. Now this try block has ended. Then we have used catch block so that it can print any exception and print the stack trace of the whole exception if it occurs. Now this was the code which I had already explained. This was the function. Now let's run the code. See whether we get the required line chart displayed or not. We've got this whole chart displayed. We can see various trend lines in this. Black is for closing price, then green is for the trend line, blue specifies the uptrend, and red specifies the downtrend. And since we had seen that auto set is set to false, which I said that the y-axis won't start from 0. So we can see here that it hasn't started from 0 because we had set it to false. Now let's move back to our presentation. The code implementation has been done. Now we can see the benefits of the trend line. First of all, trend line helps us to make a trend or a pattern. They help us to visualize things better. We humans can understand things better if we visualize the same picture of something. Then they help us to analyze the performance, financial performance of any stock. They help us in getting the support and the resistance level. They help us in analyzing whether we are making profit or loss, so that we can make required and informed decisions, so that we can make profits in the long run. Then these trend lines are also they also help the investors in making the future predictions about any stocks. Now in conclusion, we can say we have used the HDFC CSV dataset to create the trend line. First, we have parsed the whole data set. We have used various libraries, classes, and data classes to make the chart out of it. We have used the support level vectors. Then we have plotted with the help of JFree chart library. We have made the frame. Then we have made it visible, and successfully we have run the file and got the output. So we can say we have successfully accomplished our whole task. So in conclusion, or in a nutshell, we can say trend lines are invaluable tools in technical analysis. They provide insights in price trend, support level resistance, as I told. Then they also tell us if any trend reversal can take place, as I told, in support and resistance level, that if reversal takes place, it can be from support to resistance or resistance to support. Then we can see the various price projections. It helps in all, it helps in predicting the future of any stocks. So the creation of trend line in Java opens a world of possibility for traders and investors. These are the references which I have used for making my presentation. Thank you. If you have any questions, please ask.
Yes, like your presentation was quite good and you maintained a good flow. So I have a question that can a trend line cut through a candlestick? That pattern you got, and trend line can cut that candlestick or not?
Ma'am, it can cut.
Okay, so wick or the whole body also?
Ma'am, like it can pass through it. It can pass through it.
Okay, fine. Rest, your demonstration was also quite clear. You just cleared and explained each and every point. So do you have any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you.
So, okay, I will provide you scores and feedback on your email.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Prerana, do you have any more questions? Prerana, are you there? Prerana, let me know once if you have any more queries so we can clear it. Or if you don't have any more queries, so you can leave the meet. Prerana, if you are there, then please respond to me. Okay, so we are not left with any more interns. So we wrap our session. So thank you so much, everyone.